Hi everyone, and in this video I'm gonna be showing you folks how to turn the outlined strokes into back to strokes again in Illustrator. So let's get in.
Alright, so now we are in this Illustrator file. So I got provided by for this Illustrator file I got provided by another designer. So where they had a frames, Illustrator frames, so me to be animating. So in that frames I had this shape. This shape is actually, I guess, was created with stroke lines, but whoever designed that, I mean created those frames, he outlined this shape. So now we have two shapes in here. One is a stroke line and the another one is outlined stroke shape. So at least what I seen, why the people, at least in here in India, why the people, why they turn the stroke line into outline, because while they're scaling, they want to keep. Let me show to you. So as you can see, while they're scaling this kind of shapes, they want to keep that strokes with the same. So can you see this? The stroke is changing while scaling. So they want to keep this stroke width, so that's why they outline these strokes path, and they outline these strokes. But if you're a designer, please, there is an option. If you go to first, let me close out this. If you go to edit, or if you're in a Mac, you have to open this in a file or something. In Windows, it's edit and preference, and then under general, you have to enable this option, scale, strokes, and effect. And while you're scaling, it keeps that same stroke width. I mean, it doesn't keep that stroke width. Actually, it's increased that. If you see in here, while I'm scaling, as you can see, it's increased that stroke width to match that proportional looking stroke width, whatever. So that's that. So please enable this option. You don't need to outline shapes to scale. And so even though if you're outlining the strokes, you lost the ability, right? You lost the ability to move the anchor points. So in the stroke mode, I have this anchor point, right? I can handle this, control this Bezier handle. I can move the anchor point. So when you outline that, you lost that ability to do. And the another thing is, if you outline this shape, this kind of strokes, it's if you give it to some motion designer or whoever, if they wanted to animate that shape, they're gonna face a problem, because if I take this shape into After Effects, they come as a one shape, not as a stroke line. So I can't add a trim path kind of animations to this shape, layers. But if it's this shape were in a stroke paths, I could add a trim path very easily. Let's look at how we can turn this shape. It's already outlined. How we can turn this into a back to maybe a stroke lines like this. So first I'm going to take a backup of this shape, and I'm going to select all and click on this stroke. It will turn into like that. And you have to do right click, and you have to do maybe leads to clipping mask, and you have to delete the unnecessary shapes. I mean, this method would gonna work something like shapes like this, very simple shapes like this. I don't know it's gonna work any shapes that are maybe overlapping strokes like this, right? So if you have a stroke overlapping this, and somehow the designer, if he turned into a outline stroke, and then if you try to doing the turning into strokes. I don't think this is gonna be work out, but in some cases shapes like this might work out. So we have to get it like this. Get it on top of the shape and try adjusting in the sense, try getting similar to that shape. Alright, so now I might have to adjust the anchor point in here in this portion. So probably there might be a better ways, right, better ways to turn this into a back to strokes. If you know that, please let me know in the comment section. So in After Effects, I'm gonna be add a trim path. Alright, so now we're in this After Effects. This is outlined one. Let me rename outlined, and this is a stroke one. Right, so outlined and the stroke. So for the outline, you can say you can create a shape layer off of this one, right? So, but as you can see, it's gave as a fill. There is no stroke to it, and you can't even add a stroke to that. These layers. So and you can't add a fill path, a trim path to it. I mean, you can add. What happened was the animations things get not gonna get good. So I added the trim path, right? So if I animated the things, as you can see, it's not gonna be working. Anyway, I'll delete that trim path. So it's giving me like a fill, not a stroke, so that doesn't work. But anyway, I deleted that. So now we had this stroke layer, right? So I'm gonna turn this stroke layer into create shapes from vectors. As you can see, it gave me as a strokes because we had a strokes, right, in Illustrator. So that's why it gave me strokes. I'm gonna be putting the thing in here. Alright, it's matched very good. I didn't expect that. So it gave me strokes, right, not a fill layer. So I can add a trim path that will gonna get very good. See, that's trim path. I'm using track matte. Alright, so now it's getting animated.